Well, the sign behind me says Accordion Cool, and I got this big machine strapped on, so... Oh, my name's up there, so I guess putting all those things together, this must be Accordion Cool, son of a gun, and here we go again. Coach Dave here, Coach Dave, Accordion Cool. That first tune was from a show called, or a musical actually, called Brigadoon, and I think they made it into a movie. And it was written by one of the great songwriting teams, Lerner and Lowe. They wrote a lot of great tunes. There was probably 3 or 4, if not more, great songwriting teams, and of course they were one of them, as they say, back in the day. And that song was from, and the show was from, 1947, just a while ago, I want to tell you. Well, a couple of years earlier, in 1943, there was a movie. Well, I'm sure there were several movies. Now, I just got a copy of this movie. I haven't watched it again yet. But in my humble opinion, which probably doesn't mean a lot, this to me was one of the greatest movies ever made. Only because of how they did it at the time with that technology. The movie was called Casablanca. So if I tell you that, you probably got a pretty good idea what the song is going to be. And this particular song was voted the second best movie song, which I think also makes it the second best song of the 20th century. Of course, you all know the number one was Over the Rainbow. So if you got to be second to something, it's not too bad being second to Over the Rainbow. Now, of course, there's a line from this movie that has been quoted since 1943, and guess what? It is erroneous. This line was never, ever said in the movie. It is said that Humphrey Bogart said, "Play it again, Sam." Humphrey Bogart never said that. See, this particular song, Humphrey Bogart and the Femme de Fatale had broken up, and this was their song. And so she came to Rick's place. Rick Blaine was Humphrey Bogart's name in the movie. And, of course, Sam was the piano player. That part's correct. And she asked Sam to play this song, and he said, "Oh, no, I can't do that. You know, Mr. Rick won't like it if I do that." And so she finally coerced Sam into playing the song. And, of course, Humphrey Bogart, as Rick Blaine, heard it. And so he came in, and he did not say, "Play it again, Sam." He said, "You played it for her, Sam. Now play it for me. Play as time goes by." As time goes by, from the great Casablanca. Well, this next song, we're going back, keep receding back in time here. This goes all the way back to 1928. A fellow named Al Jolson. Remember Al Jolson? Great entertainer back in that time. I didn't realize he was a songwriter, but he wrote this particular song, which I guess was for a musical. Don't know what the musical was, so obviously it didn't catch on too well, but the song has been around for quite some time, and I think it's about a town, and so I think it's somewhere in California. But anyway, it's called Avalon, so here we go. my love in Avalon and sailed away. So that brings up two questions. A, did he not like his love and sailed away? Or B, he just didn't like Avalon and sailed away? That's a question for the ages. And I don't think there's anybody around right now from 1928 that can answer that question. So I guess it will go unanswered. Okay, back to 1946 for this song. And it wasn't really written, it was for a movie or a play, or it was just a great, great tune that was written. Oh, by the way, you notice any kind of a pattern here? We've had almost like being in love. We've had as time goes by. We've had Avalon. Yeah, we're doing A songs today just to do something a little different. So this tune, like I said, 1946 was written, and actually it was featured in a film. I don't even remember the name of the film, obviously. One of those that fell by the wayside in 1953. But this has become a jazz ballad standard, and all the biggies, everybody who's anybody, even if they're not anybody like me, has played or sung this tune. Pretty tune called Angel Eyes. Angel Eyes, Angel Eyes. I think that was one of Frank Sinatra's favorite tunes. think I heard a story once that every time he retired, he sang that song, and then, a month later he was back. That's a story I heard. I could be absolutely, I probably am wrong. I mean, why should I be right? But anyway, Angel Eyes, pretty tune. Well, this tune I know I've probably done on the show before. One of my favorite tunes, and I got to be familiar with this tune because of a person I've mentioned 100 times on the show, the late great Art Van Dam, who started this whole jazz accordion thing, and is on his album, at least one of his albums. Now, I think it was originally written as a ballad, but Art didn't play a lot of ballads. He liked to play fast, so I'm not going to do it real fast, so I can just kind of mix it up just a little bit. It's from 1939, and again, one of those to-be-named later musicals that nobody's ever heard of. Great tune called All the Things You Are. All the Things You Are. Yeah, I think I've been told I'm a lot of things too, but I don't think I can say many of them on TV. But anyway, we won't go into that. All right, well, we're kind of getting down close to the end of our time today. Get ready to do our last tune. And I'm going to drop back a few more years, going back to 1918 for this song. I don't know who wrote it. Somebody way back then. I don't think it was written for a show or anything. But it's a tune. It's been played kind of moderately. It's been played like at ridiculous tempos. It's been played all kinds of tempos. Again, a great, great, great jazz standard that has stood the test of time for more than 100 years. A little tune called... Well, actually, it's what's going to happen. Because after we're gone from this show, you can turn the TV... So it's... never mind. After you've gone. After you've gone, and very shortly we're going to be gone because we've just about reached the end of our time. We certainly hope you enjoyed our show today, just messing around with the letter A, songs that start with letter A. And there's still plenty of others that I could have chosen from, but things like Angel Eyes and All the Things You Are and the last one after you. I mean, those are some of my favorite songs. So they made the cut, and some others that the songs themselves might be just as great in their own right, didn't quite make the cut today. But maybe we'll do it another time, or we'll get to all those songs eventually. So you know what else I'm going to say? Bring those young'uns in to hear these great tunes from the 20th century, songs that they do not get accustomed to hearing. I was watching shall we say, a special, I won't mention what it was, on TV the other night, and I mean, all the songs sounded the same, all the groups sounded the same. Come on! Jeez, get a little, oh, never mind, don't get me started. Oh, my goodness. So this is Coach Dave once again saying thank y'all for watching and listening, and whatever it is you have to do to get this show. So let's go home a little more after you've gone, after we've gone, after somebody's gone. I don't know.